Lei presenta a Sarmede il progetto Se i maiali nuotassero e i pesci volassero. Qual è il significato?
So this is an idea for a book. It's not a book yet. But when I was given the theme of playfulness for Sarmede, the Sarmede exhibition, I thought, okay, perhaps this is an idea that I had a long time. Perhaps now I can play with it. Because I think that's a very important thing when you make art. I mean, it's so structured when you make a book. There's a text, there's a publisher. Everybody wants to control you a little bit. So, but here's an opportunity to just play, which I think is very important for the creative process. You have to play, but then it really... So I had fun. And I imagined... You know, sometimes when you tell children a story, they don't want to go to bed, they don't want to sleep. And then they say silly things. And I remember that from when I was small, and also other little children that I knew, they say, it would be funny if fish could fly, or pigs could sing, and then they get silly. So that's the idea about this. I mean, one of the pictures here is a lot of snakes, cobras, and they're playing the vuvuzela. Vuvuzela is this thing that they, when they had the football games in South Africa, it made a big noise. You know, the wah that they blow during the soccer games is a vuvuzela, and it's typical from South Africa and some countries where they make this noise. So snakes cannot really blow a vuvuzela because they don't have hands to hold it. It's like a trumpet. So it's crazy, it's nonsense, and that's the old concept of my idea for this participation in this exhibition, is to just make nonsense.
Nelle sue immagini dominano gli animali, perché?
Because I grew up in South Africa, I lived on a farm, my father always had a lot of cattle, my mother had 1,500 turkeys, and my father also at one stage had a farm in the bush, in the mountains. There were also wild animals, kudu, zebra, ostriches. And if one grows up in South Africa, you're quite used to wild animals. You get the opportunity to see them. So for me, they are quite, they make wonderful characters, because I think with storytelling, it's actually very nice to have animals. Sometimes you want to say something about human beings, but it would be quite rude to say it about human beings. But if you make an animal the character, there you go. You have more freedom. To see the human in the animal and to see the animal in the human, I think is also part of the playfulness, also of the picture book. And yeah, it has to do with the fact that I grew up in Africa, that I miss it.
Arriva a Sarmede con una lunga carriera alle spalle. Quali sono i suoi sentimenti nell'esporre in questa mostra internazionale le sue opere?
I was very happy that I was asked. I was very excited because I've taken part in Sarmede exhibitions before, but many years ago, I think 15 to 20 years ago, I took part in some of the exhibitions, and I was always very happy when I was asked, because it's a beautiful catalogue that they always produce, and it's got prestige in Italy because I know many children see it, which is also an important thing for me, to know that your work travels, it's being seen by the audience of our work, which is children.